Welcome to what I call the roadmap for the high performer and the high achiever. Like if you're watching this, there's something big that you want and you're tired of just content. You're tired of just, quote, gurus, right, talking about stuff that they probably don't even live. So I'm going to give you the roadmap to being a high achiever and how to be in alignment with your purpose and your passion. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
By the time you're done with this video, my friends, you're going to know exactly what you need to do to live a life of power again and to live a life that really matters. Number one, we call this living by the code. One of my good friends and mentors, Garrett, calls this the code, which is to be real. Tell the truth. What are the facts? Be real. Truth and facts. Be real, truth and facts. Number two is to get raw. Raw is the emotions and the feelings. Like as men and women, we have a lot of emotions and feelings. We talk about being real, getting raw, making you real and raw relevant to results. This is called the code. Now, why does this matter? Because if you want to live a life where you produce results, you live by this thing we call the code. Just start telling the truth, living in a world of facts. Hey, this is where I'm at. This is my current reality, and I don't like it. You gotta say that. People in a marriage that's not working, most people just sit in the marriage that doesn't work. And they just get along and they just coexist. And instead of living a life of passion and connection and intimacy and love and communication, they just become roommates that basically flatline. Now, as you live the code, we come back to what we call current reality. Current reality says, here's where I'm at, and here's what's working, and here's what's not working, and here's what I don't like, and here's what I hate, and here's what I like. If you can establish what we call the current reality, the blueprint of this is where I am in my life, this gives us a starting point. Number two, after current reality, we start to establish what we call big vision. What do I want for my life? What do I want to be? What type of home do I want to be in? What type of job do I want to work? What type of work do I want to have to contribute and give back to society? What do I want my body to look and feel like? How do I want the quality of my relationships to be? Do I want to be in love with my spouse? Do I want to be close to my children? Do I want to have good memories and trust? What do I want from a bank account? What do I want for the home, the car? What do I want for travel? How do I want to experience daily life? Another one of my mentors calls this daily life experience. Imagine that. Every one of us has a daily life experience, but not everyone has a great daily life experience. For some of us, it's just like getting on the hamster wheel and running that hamster wheel until you die. And other people get off the hamster wheel, they get out of the rat race, and they start to live a life of purpose, of perspective, of contribution, happiness, joy, all the good stuff. So step one, establish current reality. How? By living what we call by the code. Number two, establish big vision, big mission. What do you want? Doesn't matter if you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, or 60s. It does not matter if you're in your 60s. You still probably got a good 10 to 20 years ahead of you. So your job is to get clear. Clarity is power. Being clear about where you are and what you want matters, because clarity always develops some form of courage and power, right? Gives you this permission to go live. So current reality, big vision, big mission. And then we start to do what's called this cool scientific term you've probably never heard it before. Reverse engineer. Just means work backwards. So if I want to live in a certain type of home with a certain type of income, with a certain type of lifestyle, I start at my current reality. I go to the big vision, and then I work my way back to what's called a one-year goal. From a one-year goal, I work my way back to a 90-day season. And a 90-day season, I start to develop what I call 30-day missions and or benchmarks. You then develop what's called a weekly protocol. Inside of a weekly protocol, you have what we call daily focus. Daily focus, you stack those on top of each other, you start to win the week. You stack weeks on top of each other, you win the month. Every single week, you do what's called return and report. You check in, you grade yourself, you give yourself some real feedback, evaluation, assessment. This is how achievers, high performers get a lot done. And it's never by accident. No one builds success on accident. In fact, success is never on accident. So how do you live this life? Simple. Current reality, live by the code, big vision, big mission, reverse engineered at 1 year, reverse engineered at 90 days. And then you start living what's called the daily focus, where you have these high value targets. And if you do these things every single day, you start to achieve a lot more than you ever thought was possible. Why am I sharing this? Because so many of you just wake up, you look at your phone, and you go. And you go, and you go, and you go. And I mean, you might get some things done, but not in a way that's strategic, not in a way that's predictable, and not in a way that allows you to create with purpose and intention. So if this helps you, I invite you to join us in our class. It's called the Alignment Class. It's how to become a game changer and how to live the game changer protocols, where you get to live powerfully and produce results that matter. If you want that, register with the link inside of the description. And if this has been helpful, again, this is food for thought. I come to you not as one wanting to convince and persuade you, but one that wants to influence and make a difference on your mind, your heart, and your perspective, so that you can live the life that you want to live versus the life that everyone else wants you to live. Until next time, register for the class, register for the class, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's go.